What's going on, Motor City Sports Talk? We back after a short hiatus, couple day off. We back talking some football, Lions football. A couple more videos, at least one more video coming today. Lions, Pistons, never know. Depends on what I dig up, what I think of. But is it time for Matthew Stafford to overtake Aaron Rodgers as the best quarterback in the NFC North? Last year he played phenomenal. Obviously Aaron Rodgers got injured. He's 34 years old. He's older. He's even more susceptible to injuries than in the past. But Rodgers does, he also has a revamped offense coming back this year, built around Jimmy Graham and Devontae Adams. It's his receiving core now with Jordy Nelson over there in the Bay Area with the Oakland Raiders. He got Jimmy Graham. He got the rookie from running back from last year, a couple rookie running backs. He still got Randall Cobb. Like I said, Jimmy Graham. The other big tall receiver, Geronimo, whatever that guy's name is. Jeff Ennis might get some burn. He's a Michigan guy, I believe, as far as the state of Michigan, not the University of Michigan. So we'll see, man. Aaron Rodgers is getting old and brittle. He still looked good last year until Anthony Barr beat him up. But this can be Matthew Stafford's year to bubble, man, and definitely become the NFC North's king. And I'll tell you why. Because he needs a running game. And when he finally gets a running game, let's say LeGarrette Blount, it just provides him a steady running game. Provides him a source yardage guy, a guy that can, punch it in from first and goal from the 10, or provide him a red throne run threat. And Kerryon Johnson provides him another balanced running back threat. And with Theo Reddick in the backfield, give him a little bit of something different. With Golden Tate, Marvin Jones, and Kenny Galladay, if he takes another step up with T.J. Jones, with Luke Wilson, a lot of them guys will step up. He got a powerful offense this year, man. And I know it would have been a lot of skepticism about Matthew Stafford beating winning teams. And he got over the hump last year, beating, dominating the NFC North instead of the Minnesota Vikings. It's just that they didn't win enough, non-divisional games. And, we here. It's every year. It's a time for him to step up. People say Kirk Cousins here, Trubisky here. I think Trubisky's a tremendous quarterback, man. I think it'll be his time soon enough. Kirk Cousins, he doesn't fear me. He doesn't have any fear in him. Lions don't fear Kirk Cousins. We play good and dominate him most of the time when we see him. But he got a new team, and he's nothing to gloss over. But at the end of the day, the Redskins felt like Alex Smith was an upgrade over him. That's all you need to know. But it's possible, man. The Lions got the groundwork. Frank Ragnow is going to anchor the middle. You got rid of Greg Robinson. You got Taylor Decker back. You put Glasgow at guard. You could put Ragnar guard or center. Him and Glasgow could switch. It don't matter. Healthy Lane. Rick Wagner got a healthy Lane next to him that can help him do well. And, Luke Wilson, let's hope he can do some things. The Lions are primed to have a great offensive year. The only thing that can really hold back the Lions, seriously, if, Jim Bob Cooter, is terrible with injuries. And they still can't figure out how to run the ball. But if Jim Bob Cooter was truly held back by Jim Caldwell and Matt Patricia could work out the kinks of the running game, Matthew Stafford is going to have a monster year, in my opinion. They're going to sustain drives. They can run the ball. And like I said, Aaron Rodgers is still that guy. He's still the king of the North, regardless. I know he was injured. He was knocked off his pivot a little bit. But he ain't nothing to, just gloss over, man. He's one of the most dominant quarterbacks in the regular season that I've seen. His arm is electric. His mobility is electric. And it may even Matthew Stafford lose some weight and be more mobile. I think this can be the year that I think people take notice that Matthew Stafford can be up there with Rodgers and put numbers up there with Rodgers, because he's not handicapped anymore. As far as Aaron Rodgers, he's a great quarterback. He was mobile. He had a ton of receiving weapons, and he was so potent from out the pocket, inside the pocket, that people had to respect his passing game so good, because the difference is this between Stafford and Rodgers. Rodgers really made his run game better, with his arm. He was able to do that because, his offensive line was always pretty much adequate. I know they had injuries and stuff of that nature, but they always knew how to run the ball when they needed to. Even the year they won the Super Bowl with the kid from Buffalo, I can't remember his name, the kid from Buffalo that was running the ball from them. He's no longer with them. But, they was able to run the ball. The Lions, they couldn't get, third and inches, man, or fourth and inches to save their life. Mike McCarthy and Ted Thompson, they understood how to get those grinders up front where they could still run the ball and still be aggressive because the threat of Aaron Rodgers' arm, but they know how to coach up offensive linemen. The Lions just, whoever came in just didn't know how to get the ball rolling and running, man. They got to identify running backs. The rookie running back they got last year was like a 6th-round pick. Like I said, the other guy from Buffalo, I mean, even going back to running backs way back when, Ahmad Green and Dorsey Levens, Green Bay always knew how to run the ball with that West Coast system. That West Coast system being Green Bay, I mean, for a really, really long time, man, since Brett Favre played. So they always had the system in place, but obviously Rodgers is still the head honcho in the NFC North. But I think Matthew Stafford can take some steps towards, taking that crown from him. You just don't take a crown from a guy like Aaron Rodgers in one season, though, man. It don't happen that way. You got to keep doing it. And, it starts this year with Stafford. Start with him finally having a supporting cast, finally having a full offensive, complete, healthy offensive line, finally some emphasis on running the ball. They drafted to run the ball. They brought an offensive run game coordinator in. They brought a new offensive line coach in. Matt Patricia, and said he's familiar with how to run the ball and how to scheme to run the ball as well. And they're going to help Jim Bob Cooter out. And can't nothing this year fall. Can't nobody really, blame nothing on anybody this year if it don't work but on Matthew Stafford, injuries, or Jim Bob Cooter. Because Bob Quinn put the people in position to be successful. He gave them the running backs. He gave them the offensive linemen. The receivers is there. He got rid of Eric Ebron, did the right thing. So, I mean, it's basically going to be boom or bust for Stafford this year, man. And hopefully it's boom. But he won't overtake Rodgers in 1 year, man. I'll tell you that right now. It's going to take at least 2 or 3 seasons to really trump him. But Rodgers 34 years old, man. His bones ain't getting no stronger. Stafford is 30 and he's coming on strong. So it wouldn't surprise me if Stafford had a dominant year. But I would like to see it to believe. And I still say Aaron Rodgers is still top dog. And I say that with most respect. But I believe the young bull Stafford is coming. We gone.